You're watching Drakewing Gaming. Enjoy the video.
Guys and gals, Never here from Drakewing Gaming and 70 Miles Twitter, the gaming drag. Today I'm coming back at you with another Let's Play episode of Wayfinder. Anyway, let's go ahead and jump right back in, shall we? Alarm chain, we're up and let's go. Alrighty. Damn it, why now? Dame swallowed his tears and put an arm around his dad's waist, looking to the camera. 20 feet away, something heavy rustled in the trees. The two stood there, surrounded by the swaying trees. The quiet sound of the river and the birds scattering above, taking Dame's mind back to that place. He smiled. He'd remembered, no matter what, that he'd always have that day. 10 feet away, the camera flashed, capturing the last photo Damien would ever have of his father. Friday, October 21st, Chapter 5, Regroup. There's something shaking me. I opened my eyes to see Geirolf standing over me, holding Linus gently in his arms. "Oh, good morning, Geirolf." His eyes, warily, almost nervously, scanned the room. "Good morning, Fynn. Did you sleep well?" "Yeah, I think so. My head feels kind of fuzzy, but otherwise I think I feel pretty well rested." Geirolf smiles and lowers the traitorous Linus down onto my bed. Line nestles up against me and tries to crawl under my blanket. "Oh, now you expect me to let you sleep here, huh?" He's a kitty cat. He knows what he wants. Oh. Alright, climb under, Liney Whiny. I lift the blanket up and my kitty slinks underneath. As he does, I deftly slide my body out the other side and lower the blanket over him. A Linus-shaped lump remains under the soft, warm blanket. "So, everything alright?" I look over to the clock, then back to Geirolf. It's only 7, so I don't need to leave for class for another 2 hours. "You need something? Hungry?" "Well, I heard a noise from your room." "Oh, was I snoring?" "No, you were talking." "Shit, talking? What? What was I saying?" Geirolf's face darkens and his eyes meet mine. He looks at me for a moment. "I couldn't really understand you. It sounded like our language, but different. I don't know." I keep my eyes locked to Geirolf's gaze, but after a moment he looks away. I have no idea what any of this means. "Yes, I surmised as much. It's not something I expected to hear." Geirolf sighs, and his stomach growls. "Ah, that sound I understand. Time for breakfast." Geirolf looks away and covers his muzzle with a hand. "Apologies, Fynn. That was unbecoming of me." "What? Nonsense, you're just hungry. Don't be so worried about it. You're my guest. If you're hungry, just say so and I'll feed you. It's not a big deal." Geirolf nods and exhales, then after a moment his eyes meet mine. "All right, I will try. Yes, Fynn, I am hungry. Breakfast sounds lovely. Right, let's get you some grub." I walk away from my bed just as I feel a tiny paw tugging on my sleeve. "Sorry, Line. Can't go back to bed now. I have to feed a wolfie." Moving into the kitchen, I open the fridge and look through it. "Well, I can make us a quick fry-up. I got eggs, bacon, we can have toast and butter with jam." Much more normal options than Arkin was offered, I'm realizing. "Oh, I also have pancake mix, so I could make some of those. I got the time today." "Pancakes? I haven't had those since I was little." I smile. "Well then, a lovely breakfast with delicious pancakes for a lovely wolf giant. Oh, and for me too, I suppose." Geirolf laughs and pats my bicep. "You're lovely too, Fynn." Shit, I'm blushing. "Quickly, Fynn, find an excuse to turn away from him." "Oh, I have to find a good pan." I turn away. "There's a pretty nice-looking pan here." Of course, I left the cast-iron pan sitting out. "Oh, right, I guess I can use that then." I do. Geirolf leaves the kitchen to freshen up while I begin cooking. After preparing a stack of pancakes, each in the cast iron, and using another skillet to cook some bacon, I move on to putting bread in the toaster and frying up some eggs in the bacon grease. Geirolf is smelling the air excitedly and wagging his beautiful tail. "That all smells delicious. How did you get so good at cooking?" "Wait, what, me? Good?" I laugh. The toaster pops. Geirolf stares at it in surprise. "Nah, this is just basic stuff. You should see what people post online." I start to plate some bacon, eggs, and toast for Geirolf as he sits at the stool on the other side of the kitchen bar. "Online? Is that the internet that I read about?" I nod. I put a stack of pancakes on a smaller plate and pick up both of Geirolf's dishes. Yeah, there's so many weird, so many videos and posts all over showing incredible cooking. I turned toward Geirolf and served his food, then I turned back to finish plating mine. Maybe we can watch some cooking videos together sometime. I should like that very much, Fynn. I smiled, turning and placing my own food on the bar, opting to stand here across from Geirolf to eat. I lean over to grab the remote for the TV and aim it past Geirolf, who looks at the red light on the end of it as it lights up and then turns around to see what I'm looking at. The TV flashes to life and I turn on the closest news station. Something inoffensive enough to watch while we eat, I suppose. So, Fynn, you have classes today, yes? I nod, munching on a piece of toast. Yeah, I have to head out in like an hour-ish. Geirolf tilts his head to look at the clock on the wall behind me. I see. Well, I would likely accompany you to class. I have not planned any other tasks for the day, and I don't trust Tucker to leave you be. Fine by me. Just remember I need to focus on the class. Unless Bjorn decides to take all the notes from me again, I probably shouldn't let him do that. I assume you have ways to avoid being kicked out of the classroom. Otherwise the pair of you would have been removed yesterday. Well, I would have simply used suggestion magic to dissuade any figures of authority from inquiring about my identity. Suggestion magic, huh? So far I've learned of glamour, intention, and now suggestion magic. Any other kinds of magic you think I should know about? Geirolf's expression sours and he tilts his head. He seems to be thinking, but before I can follow up, he speaks. You must think us three to be intentionally hiding things from you. I assure you, at least insofar as I am concerned, this is not the case. While there is merit in telling you every detail about our world, its peoples, and our abilities, Geirolf sighs. Practically speaking, there is no chance I can go over such things without forgetting something. Moreover, you are like to suffer drops in the information you retain if there is too much presented at once. You have my word. The moment I feel something is relevant enough to bring up, I will do so and teach you as best I can. Well, he has a point. I can't retain everything if I am constantly receiving info dumps. Alright then. Still, what are some of the basic types of magic? That might be enough of a decent starting point. Well, the most common magics in Jotunheim are glamour, construction, transmutation, and destruction. Glamour magic, as you know, allows the appearance of things to be changed. They also allow for other sensory manipulations, such as sound and smell. Someone like you, a finder, is naturally unaffected by such magic. I nod. This, at least, the very basic knowledge I have so far. Geirolf takes a bite of his toast, finishes it, and then continues. Construction magic, or creation magic, as it is also referred to, allows for the user to create and adjust materials physically. And most of us have probably used this too, at the very least, change what our rooms look like. There are many other uses, like crafting clothing and, for those of us who are a bit shorter, making stepping stools to reach higher ground. Geirolf blushes as he says that last part. I smile. You've used that one a lot then, I guess. Geirolf nods. Next up, we have transmutation magic. These are essentially what I use to change the colors of my clothes. It allows for the user to alter or transform objects and materials. You don't want to use it on other people without permission, as that's considered, well, assault. Yeah, I can imagine. There is some sort of charged emotion behind his words, and I understand that there is some history there. Has someone done that to you before? Geirolf looks away, and after a moment nods. I'm sorry, you don't need to talk about it or anything. I just read the emotion in your voice was all. Geirolf smiles faintly. Thank you. Maybe I'll tell you another time. I wave it away. I want to get to know you more, but only what you're comfortable sharing. Of course. I'll remember that. Geirolf will remember that. Seems like Geirolf will remember that. I can tell that fucking 3 times. So, destruction magic. Is that one as obvious as it sounds? Geirolf nods. Yes, it is used to break down objects and materials entirely. Though skilled casters can retrieve raw materials from objects. Typically, this magic only works on inanimate objects as well, thankfully. That's good. It'd be scary to think someone could just unmake people as they see fit. Although, I'm sure there are those who have tried. I don't mention this to Geirolf. He continues to munch away at his breakfast, and I look over to the news. I gasp and turn the volume up. The anchor woman is speaking about another murder near my campus last night. The victim, a young man with dreams of being a professional singer, was found this morning in the parking lot of a local restaurant. The diner on the TV. It's the one Geirolf and I went to last night. Seems to have noticed as well. Wait, Someone was killed there after we left. Looks that way. The message from Tucker. I wonder if he was warning me about this. I pull my phone out, ready to call him. You believe he was involved somehow? I absorb the question. No, Tucker wouldn't be involved in this, right? How would he get wrapped up in murder of all things? I shake my head. No, he shouldn't be. Still, I feel an urge to check on him. Damn it. I unlock my phone screen, and before I can open my messages, receive a notification. Fynn, are you okay? See the news? I'll find you today on campus. Stay safe. Tucker wants to meet up on campus. You can stick nearby, Geirolf. I promise I'll be careful. Fynn, if you're sure. I nod. We finish our breakfast in silence. Geirolf and I arrive on campus to find less than half the usual students and faculty. Odd. Is this place usually so deserted? No, it's not. I look around and shrug. There haven't been any cancellations in my classes, but there are a lot of parties tonight and tomorrow night, so I'm not too surprised. Parties? Halloween parties. I guess because we have an extended weekend, people wanted to get started on being drunk and partying all weekend as soon as possible. The big Halloween parties are going to happen next week, but, well, the way things are looking, if the police don't catch that killer, I wouldn't be surprised if we end up with a curfew by then. Geirolf tilts his head. Curfew? What's that? Oh, it's a set time where people can't be out on the streets. People usually ignore it anyway, but I guess it could help cut down potential victims. Geirolf nods, and as we arrive at my class, he opens the door for me. Thanks, Geirolf, for coming with me and for staying with me last night. Of course, Fynn. It wasn't a problem. I turn to enter the room, but stop. Tucker. It's like he overheard what I just said. He gives me a look, hurt or annoyed. I can't tell with him. He walks past us and heads down the hall. Didn't you want to talk? Tucker stops for a moment, turns towards me. When do you take your lunch? I only have this morning class and then one after 2. Right. I'll meet you at the cafeteria at noon, then. Before I can answer, he turns and waves a hand. Rough. That barbarian has a stick up his ass today. I snort. Geirolf, where'd you hear that? Geirolf blushes and shakes his head. I perused some books before we journeyed here. All sorts of writings in your world. I see. Maybe you'll share some of them with me later. Geirolf swallows nervously and then motions me to enter the room. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and pause it right there. Thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring that notification bell, and check out our Patreon and YouTube memberships if you can. It always helps. Anyway, I love you all, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye-bye!